everybody. My name is Amy L., and we are here at Vibe Vault for our meditation practice today. When you are ready, we'll begin in a comfortable seat. You can find that in any way that feels good for you with the legs. If you'd like to elevate the hips a little bit, sometimes it's a nice way to bring a little bit more length into your spine, but you decide what is good for you. As you begin to center into your breath, and letting it flow naturally in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Maybe closing down the eyes as you allow the shoulders to be heavy and away from the ears. Letting all four sides of your neck be a little bit longer. As you find your breath flowing 360 degrees. Notice maybe where you feel it more in the lung area, or perhaps the low belly. And regardless of where you're finding these things, releasing any judgment and inviting a simple act of awareness. Staying here or inhaling on your next breath to lift the fingers out to the side, take a slow inhale to reach them up. As you exhale, melt the palms together and down into your heart, and we'll take that 2 more times. Inviting a moment to arrive, to brush away any noise from the week, and create this little space, this container for yourself and for your practice. As you bring the hands down this last time, you might bring the chin to your chest, letting the hands stay or offering them to rest on the legs or anywhere else. Bring an intentional tuck of your chin towards your chest to stretch the back of your neck. And maybe sending the inhale breath into the space where you feel the stretch. Let the exhale help to soften that space. And as you continue breathing, you can stay here or guide one ear to roll towards the same shoulder. Maybe reaching the chin out slightly further forward to enhance the stretch a little bit more. Before softening your exhale to drop your chin back down and take a minute to pause. And then we'll go to the second side, ear to shoulder, breathing into the space you find, the sensation you find. Maybe reaching your chin just slightly further forward, whether it's just in the mind or actual movement. We'll take one more breath into this space. And again, slowly exhaling to bring your chin back in. To inhale, to bring your crown nice and tall like there's a string on top of your head. We'll take one more inhale to lift the arms up, and an exhale to cactus the arms and open the heart a little bit. You might pull the heart softly through the gateway of the chest, and as you exhale, push the arms forward and let the heart draw back. Softening into a seated variation of your cat and cow, you can let the arms move in any way that feels good. Maybe they become a little bit longer or a little bit rounder. You can let the flow become a little bit more organic for you, but letting the heart open with each breath in and feeling the heart reach back with each breath out. Take this a few more times, allowing your movement to maybe come into something else if that feels good for you. We'll find 2 more breaths. Noticing what feels opening or releasing and letting ourselves continue with that. And as you finish your last round of breath, you might come back to a neutral seat, allowing the hands to rest anywhere that feels good. Maybe lifting the shoulders up to the ears just to set them down once again and finding your length on all 4 sides of your neck. Maybe turn the head over the right shoulder just for a moment to stretch out the opposite side. And knowing you can stay here or take an inhale, let your spine grow tall. And as you exhale, maybe twist towards the side that you're looking. Opposite hand to thigh. Maybe the hand behind you supports as a kickstand. Maybe it reaches in the air. Notice what helps you find your length and your balance. Feel your lungs expand in either direction for one more inhale. Finding your roots grow down, your crown grow up as you find your breath out. 2 hands are going to rise to come to center. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll let the hands come back down and soften for a breath. Gazing over your second shoulder, finding the movement of the head and the neck and maybe staying here, or inviting your inhale to lengthen your spine and your exhale to float your twist a little bit deeper. Staying in a space where you can stay steady in your breath. And taking one more cycle of breath. And again, inhaling as you come back to center. Big reach of the arms, a little softening of the hands to the heart, maybe one more rounding with the option to take a forward fold, if that might feel nice to reach through the low spine as you keep the tailbone heavy, and maybe the chin slightly tucked to the chest so there's a nice line of energy from the crown through the spine to your tail. Inhale into this length. Exhale, release anything that feels sticky or heavy or like it needs to be released or let go of. And we'll take one more breath with that in mind. Inhaling into the noticing and exhaling into your letting go. Honoring the process of that, knowing it doesn't happen in one breath, but one breath at a time, we'll inhale to come back to center nice and slow. As you find your seat, you might shift to take what you need before we come onto our back. If that's a child's pose or downward dog, you can find that here. If you're ready to be fully on the back, you can take that as well. But maybe offer a moment or a breath to just check in. What would be the most loving thing I could offer myself before I come into reclined space? And if the answer doesn't appear right away, that is okay. Trust that it will appear in time. And as you arrive on the mat, option to reach the fingers out to the side, feel a little stretch across your chest and maybe the arms. If it feels intense and hard to breathe, you can bend the elbows towards your side body. Maybe soften the shoulder blades underneath the heart space. Inviting yourself to sink into a safe space of sensation where you can steadily inhale and steadily exhale. Letting the shoulders be heavier into the mat each time you breathe out. And maybe hugging one or both knees into your chest. We'll make space for both, so let the small of your back be heavier into the mat as one or two legs come in. And just giving a little squeeze inward as you inhale and softening that squeeze as you exhale. We'll do that one more time. If you're doing single leg, we'll switch out here. If you're doing two legs, we'll continue with two more breaths. After your second breath, you might soften the knees slightly away from the chest. The feet can come back down. And you can reach the arms all the way overhead if it feels good for the shoulders. Rolling out through the wrist or extending and reaching and bending through your fingers to again assist in finding length, and not just through the spine, but each part of your body. Exhale, we'll soften hands back down to your sides slowly. And we'll finish with a little bit of spinal articulation, softening up into a bridge, lifting the tailbone towards your knees and rising the hips. Stay here for a moment as you ground the feet. Maybe imagine a block between your inner thighs to support some stability. And as you exhale, slowly ripple your spine down, allowing your hips and your tailbone to come down last. And if that felt good, we'll take that 2 more times. If that's not really for our bodies today, I invite you to find something that is for you. Maybe a spinal twist, maybe a reclined butterfly pose. Let this be a space where you're invited to take what you need and to leave what you don't need. as you soften out those final movements, you can choose to stay for practice reclined on the mat, or you can choose to come back to an easy seated position as you honor what is true for you today. Today's practice is inspired by the words of Rumi, specifically the quote, "Your task is not to seek for love, but to find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." Your task is not to seek for love, but to find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So as you welcome yourself into this practice, begin by arriving gently into this moment, letting the body land wherever you are, knowing that there's no need to force or perform stillness. Allow the weight of yourself to be supported as you shift towards settling. And allowing your breath to maybe become a little bit more present as you take a slow inhale through your nose and a soft sigh out the mouth. And finding that again, inhaling to softly expand, slowly exhaling to release the air completely. Find that a few more times on your own as a gateway into your meditation practice today. And then allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Still feeling the body expand with your inhales and soften through your exhales, like waves arriving and receiving along a shoreline. And I'll invite you to begin to draw your awareness inward, not to search or strive for anything, not to fix or change anything, but to notice, to maybe listen from within. Again, Rumi reminds us that our task is not to seek for love, but to find all the barriers within ourselves that we may have built against it. So for this moment, we turn gently inward towards such places within ourselves. Whether working with this realm of love or another idea that might resonate with you more, notice what is present for you today. Maybe that's something, and maybe that's nothing. Every single experience here is valid. Bringing your awareness to your heart. Maybe imagining your heart as a home inside of you. Not just a point within a chest, but a large living space, a whole ecosystem in and of itself. What does it look like within this space? How does it feel within this space? Without judgment and with noticing, see what is here. It could be naming a sensation, a color, a feeling. There are truly no wrong answers. how does it feel within the space of your heart? With your breath, begin to walk slowly through this inner space, room by room. What do you find? There might be spaces that feel warm and alive, and there might be spaces that feel guarded by fear or beliefs, saying that we're not enough or we're not safe. Regardless of where these spaces are and how they're appearing, allow them to appear one by one as they're ready to show themselves. Good or bad, you do not need to push them away. You do not need to fix or change them. Instead, greet each barrier or each door with curiosity. Noticing the walls or the armor, and asking questions like, when did this first appear? What was this trying to protect? What pain does this piece of myself remember? Take a breath here. And allow yourself to sense that each barrier was once an act of care. A previous version of you trying to survive, to stay safe, to belong, to hold the weight of whatever you are working through at that time. You might actually place a hand over your heart or just imagine so in your mind, and allow yourself to breathe into this heart space 360 degrees. We don't have to tear anything down or push anything down. There's no need to force. Rather, allowing a softening to happen so that we can see clearly. Because what we can see with awareness begins to heal on its own. We might not notice it right away, but piece by piece and breath by breath, we invite a little bit more awareness and a little bit more healing each round. So holding the heart with the hand or in the mind, breathe in with this awareness. And as you exhale, allow a little softening within this home of your heart. Maybe a door loosens on its hinges. Maybe an wall becomes torn down. Maybe a stuck window finally cracks open, allowing fresh light and fresh breeze into this house. And again, it might happen slowly, so slowly it seems like nothing's happening at all. But when we trust the process and allow things to unfold in their time, we find that underneath it all is the love that never left. Whatever it is we're seeking is here. It has been here quietly waiting beneath every barrier, every layer. It was never something to chase. It was never something to earn, but something to be revealed as your barriers dissolve. as you take a look around in this home that you're standing in, whether you see something with the eyes or feel something with the heart, everything is valid. Allow yourself to observe and take a breath in, inviting a little bit more circulation of warmth, of air, of light into this space. Honoring this home that has held all of your experiences, high and low. And allowing yourself to rest here for a few minutes in this gentle unfolding, piece by piece, and breath by breath. excerpt is from Fragrance After Rain by Jaya John. Warning, I'm going to tell you I love you. If it is hard to hear these words, the gift is that now you know the place in you that needs your healing work. Especially if you struggle hearing these words, most of all from you. Love is not a reward for good behavior. Let go of that childhood fairy tale. You are worthy of love. Actual love is safe. What isn't safe is living outside of actual love. So No more banishing yourself, beautiful soul. Go home. Acquaint yourself with being loved by you. Once you live in your love, all love expression will feel like your native song. Everybody is scared. Know that you aren't afflicted, you're alive. When you step outside, you feel air on your face. This is freedom. When you are alive, you feel fear in your body, and this too is freedom. The sensation of possibility. Yes, things could go wrong, but what if they go right? What then are you afraid? Congratulations, you are alive, and beautiful things are still possible. You are one of them. Belief is how you water your soul garden. Belief does not grow from a beautiful life. A beautiful life grows from belief. When you come near some souls, their energy is like paradise unfolding on your shores. You want what they have. But dear one, they have been working in the soul garden for lifetimes. Where, dear one, is the dirt of your labor? This is not judgment. It is love pointing the way. The paradise of peace is not gifted to us. It is a treasure we find deep down in the dirt of our healing labor. Do not be afraid to treat yourself sacredly. If you have not always treated yourself so well, it can feel strange, uncomfortable, and even vulnerable to treat yourself sacredly, as though you don't deserve it, as though it will not and should not last, especially if the people in your life do not treat themselves sacredly or did not treat you sacredly as you were growing up. Breathe in peace now, dear one. Even small, bashful steps will get you to a sacred life. Sacredness is a habit. In a world that pollutes, cheapens, and desecrates the sacred, it is up to you to champion, celebrate, and role model living sacredly. Do not be afraid to believe that you are a sacred thing. Do not be afraid to call yourself sacred. See what miracles happen when a sacred thing exists as a sacred thing. You have so many soul rises left in your life, and you are ever worthy of these beautiful things. What are your sacred ways? Naming them brings them to life. So as you allow your breath to maybe deepen into your awareness, guiding your awareness to come back into the body and into the room, take a few more breaths as you maybe name anything that you'd like to call sacred, maybe anything you just like to call a little bit closer or unveil from the depths within. Knowing that you're welcome to remain in your restful state as we close out practice, or if you'd like to slowly drift back to a comfortable seat, you might slowly bring gentle movements back to your body, maybe rolling to your right or left side before shifting back up. And whatever we are working with today, love or something else, just bring those things into mind. Maybe the freshness of the layers that have been lifted. And we'll take 2 breaths, one to reach for anything you'd like to take with you from practice and letting it anchor down into your heart. And letting that energy come into the mind as well as you find a breath to honor yourself and honor each other. And we'll bow together with Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and your space and your practice. It was lovely to have you here or at home. And we'll see you soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome.